Hello, friends, and welcome to Pediatric Flow with Jolene. I'm Jolene, a doctoral prepared, dual board certified pediatric nurse practitioner, and I'm so glad you're here today. Well, welcome in. And today we're going to talk about something so important to many of us: permission to just be yourself. Because you were never meant to shrink, to fit someone else's definition of enough. And for me, that means I had to stop waiting for permission to be enough. I think this is something we don't always realize right away. It's not obvious when you're doing it. When you're slowly adjusting yourself, quieting parts of who you are, or reshaping how you show up just to fit into a space that doesn't quite feel aligned. And sometimes it's subtle, sometimes not. It's not someone telling you directly that you're not enough. It's the feeling that maybe you need to be a little different, a little quieter, a little louder, a little more like what's expected. And over time, that adds up. Because when you keep adjusting, when you keep trying to fit into something that doesn't fully fit you, you start to lose clarity on what's actually yours, your voice, your perspective, your way of showing up. And you don't even realize it's happening at first. You just think you're doing what you're supposed to do. But I've started to recognize that feeling. I understand it. You know, that moment when something doesn't sit right, and when you're showing up, but not fully as yourself. And instead of asking, what do I need to change? I've started asking, why do I feel like I need to change in the first place? And that question changes everything. Because sometimes it's not about becoming more. It's about returning to who you already are. Without all the adjustments, without all the filtering, and without all the shrinking. And I think sometimes we forget, a lot of times we forget, it's okay to be ourselves. It's okay for you to be yourself. It's okay to be who you were meant to be, without apology and without permission. You were never meant to shrink to fit someone else's definition of enough. And I think the idea of permission shows up in more ways than we realize. Permission to speak, permission to lead, permission to create, permission to take up space in a way that feels natural to you. And a lot of the times, we're waiting for something external to validate that. A role, a title, a moment where someone else says, yes, you're now ready. But at some point, I realized I don't need that. I don't need permission to be enough. I don't need permission to start showing up as the person I already am. And that's where the shift really started for me. I stopped waiting and I started building. Not something perfect, not something fully figured out, but something that feels aligned. Something that reflects my values, my voice, and the way I want to show up in the world. That's what small business, big purpose means to me, as you can see on my t-shirt today. It's not about size. It's not about scale. It's about intention and what's behind it. It's about creating something that feels so true to who you are, even if it doesn't fit into what other people expect it to look like. And if you've ever felt that pull, that sense that you're trying to fit into something that doesn't quite fit you, maybe it's not a sign that you need to change. You were never meant to shrink, to fit someone else's definition of enough. And you don't have to wait for permission to be who you already are, because you are enough. You matter, and you are a blessing to this world. So just remember that the world needs your compassion, your courage, and your light. And as always, until next time, keep shining.